Welcome to Part 5, Finances and Banking for Cookies 2021. Troops are financially responsible for the cookies they take. They cannot be returned to council. Once a caregiver signs for cookies, the caregiver is financially responsible. Permission slips are needed from different households if both parties are taking cookies. So what we mean by that is the person who registered the Girl Scout and filled out the health form, which would have been handed out by the troop, opted into our universal permission slip, which included the selling of cookies. But perhaps that person is not the only caregiver that you see for the girl. If the other person who you see wants to take cookies, that's fine, but you'll need to print off a permission slip from our website under Cookies Plus for Troops, Forms and Resources, and have that person fill out the permission slip. This happens most often when the girl lives in more than one household. There's not a way to track multiple parents in Smart Cookies for a single girl, so that's something that you'll have to keep track of on your own. And we want to remind you to not take cookies back from parents and caregivers unless you want to be financially responsible. So how do cookies get paid for? Well, first you have to collect from the customers. Customers can pay for cookies with cash. They can pay with checks, ideally payable to Girl Scouts, but we'll accept variations of that. And they can pay with a credit card. They can pay with a credit card when they place an order online, or with the girl, they can pay with a credit card when she opens up the Smart Cookies for Girls app and follows the steps in order to take a credit card payment. When a customer orders from Smart Cookies, customers who want their order to ship direct to them or a gift can use the email or the link, or they can use the girl's smartphone or device to place that order. They can order gift boxes, cookie shares, and all varieties of Girl Scout cookies. Direct ship orders are credited to the troop and the girl. No action is needed when it comes to giving credit. And that will be found under the My Orders tab, Take Direct Ship Order. We will send cookie grams and instruction out to the girls so that they can see how to do this. If a customer is sent the girl delivery option and they place their order online, the customer will now have the option to pay now or pay on delivery. Payment history, whether it's girl delivery or direct ship, is not saved in the device, and customers do receive a confirmation of the email. The girls will be able to see on their dashboard under Manage My Orders grid that the order is pending and that the customer paid with a credit card. The caregiver has 5 days to approve that order, or the order is canceled. And again, they will get an email alerting them of the order. The customer has an opt-in checkbox to transfer the orders to Cookie Share if the girl declines the order. So that's something that the customer opts into. They can choose to do it or to not do it. And they'll be sent a direct ship link as well. And if there's any problems, troops can issue refunds if needed. We don't anticipate that being a common action, but a good example of when you might need to do that would be if the customer pays for a girl delivery order the last day of the program and your troop is out of cookies, you've wrapped up the program, and the caregiver doesn't know and accepts the order. At that point, the card is run. They come to you to get more cookies. You don't have more cookies, so they need to cancel the order. The troop can then issue a refund. And credit card fees, when a girl has a customer paying via direct ship or girl delivery, are absorbed by the council. You're also going to be able to take credit card payments at booth using Smart Cookies. There's no fees paid by council. And there is a new report that allows you to divide up the sales to the girls, either after each booth or at the very end of the program. It's up to you. If your troop is married to your swiper, you can continue to use it. It's up to you. You are responsible for the fees. We are not responsible for any damages to smartphones or devices that may occur during their use. As you collect cash and checks, you should be making deposits regularly. Do not hang on to cash and checks, because if you're holding them and something happens to them, it will be your responsibility. So you want to get them in the bank as quickly as possible into your Troop account. In Smart Cookies, after you go to the bank, you don't need to enter anything regarding your Troop deposits. We'll enter payments that are made when we do our ACH process, which I'll talk about in just a second. But you do want to enter every time the girls give you money. It's strongly recommended that you do this so you can run an overall report of the girls' cookie activities. Every troop should have a troop account. If your troop account was set up at Bank of America, there's no action needed regarding ACH. But we do want to remind you that if you have old materials, either the product sales account deposit card or the product sales deposit slips, it's time to recycle those. You won't use those anymore. PSA deposit cards say PSA in the bottom right corner, and PSA deposit slips have an account number ending in 9663. If you're not sure, take a picture and email it to us at cookies@gsksmo.org, and we'll take a look at it for you. If your Troop account is at Bank of America and you want to go into the teller and you need more deposit slips, to do that, you must request them by December 17th of 2020. You'll request them by filling out the form online. You'll find that under Forms and Resources, and then Troop Banking on our website. One request per troop, please, so coordinate with your other leadership in your troop to make sure that you're only requesting it once. If you don't request by December 17th, you'll see that the link has been removed. We are going to fill all of the orders received by the 17th, and then once that's done, after the holidays, we will put the link back up. If your Troop account is not at Bank of America and you set the account up directly with a bank in your community, you probably already have the materials that you need, and you'd resource them directly from the bank. So it might be paper checks and deposit slips. You do need to fill out the ACH form located on our website, even if you filled it out last year and nothing has changed. So the rule of thumb is if you haven't filled it out since June 1st of 2020, you do need to redo it again. You'll find those forms under Cookies Plus for Troops Product Program Banking. During the cookie season, if a customer bounces a check that they've written to your troop, we can help you with that. If you're at Bank of America, there's no action needed. If you're not at Bank of America, we have a form for you to fill out that you have 7 days to complete once you receive notification of that bounced check. And within those 7 days of completion, that includes mailing it to us. If you wait too long, we'll return it and it'll be up to you to collect that money. The remaining amount due for cookies is pulled directly from your Troop account. If you don't have enough money in your Troop account to fill that debt, you have to go to our website, no matter what bank you're at, and fill out the insufficient funds report, or called simply funds not yet available form. This should be an exception, not a standard. To give you some idea of how many troops used it last year, we had 5 or 6 requests from approximately 1,800 troops. The reasons for this should be that there was some type of an emergency. It shouldn't be, hey, we just didn't make it to the bank, but we're going to go tomorrow. So please make sure that you have money in the bank when it comes time for the ACH pulls. For troops that use Bank of America, occasionally we find that there's an issue at the ATM, and we want to remind you not to panic or freak out and not to basically follow the instructions that you're going to be given, like call the 800 number on the ATM even though it tells you to do that, or go into the bank for help. The reason they can't help is that it's not officially your account and they won't be able to help you. If they are able to even correctly look it up, they'll then find that the account is owned by Girl Scouts and they won't give you any help. So what you should do is email us at cookies@gsksmo with the details of the transaction and let us help you. So to pay counsel, you'll have credit from the credit card or direct ship orders, basically anything paid for with a credit card. And again, as a reminder, there's no action needed by the troop. The balance is collected via something called ACH. We're going to take $1 per package that you have on March 1st, and the balance is due on March 15th. So again, if that form is needed to be filled out, you have to fill it out the Thursday before March 1st or the Thursday before March 15th. It can be filled out earlier than that, but it has to be submitted by those Thursdays. If you fill the form out on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, we will not be able to stop the process and money will be taken from your account or attempted to. If the money's not there, you may incur an overdraft fee that is not reimbursable by the council. ACH is a common term that they use in the banking world, and it stands for automatic clearinghouse, which really doesn't clear up anything, but you probably use ACH almost daily. If your paycheck is automatically deposited into your checking account, that is ACH. If you buy something online, like for example via Amazon, that is ACH. It's just the electronic transfer of funds between two banks. What happens when the troop or the caregiver owes money after March 15th? We'll go over what happens, but first let's give you a little backstory as to why we are increasing our actions starting with Cookies 2021. Every year we incur a lot of debt for various reasons. And because we have some repeat offenders, we want to step up our actions on that. So if you have a caregiver who owes money after March 15th, you must attend a turn-in meeting with your Service Unit Product Program Manager. That might be a virtual meeting this year, but they will need to be able to collect the receipts, the details of the debt, and the contact information for the caregiver. If you have back and forth text messages or back and forth emails, you'll want to print those out and turn those in as well. If you don't attend a turn-in meeting with your Service Unit Product Program Manager and you have a caregiver debt, you won't be able to turn it in later. You'll have to be responsible for collecting that debt. If you are missing receipts, you'll also be responsible for that debt. Receipt books are something that are part of your cookie supplies that you receive from your Service Unit Product Program Manager. You need to fill it out completely. You need to use a new receipt for each transaction. So it's possible that you may be collecting money and giving a parent cookies. In that case, there should be 2 receipts filled out. You'll keep the white copy and you'll give the yellow copy to the caregiver. At the top of the image, I'm showing you some places that consistently get overlooked that we need to have filled out correctly. If you're collecting money, circle money. If you're giving out cookies, circle cookie. Fill the date out completely, including the year, and make sure that you're signing the correct line at the bottom. If you're collecting money, it was received by you. If you're giving out cookies, it's received from you. Make sure both signatures are legible if you have to have them re-sign or fill out a new receipt. We would prefer that because if it's not legible, it makes it hard to use it as proof. If your troop owes money after March 15th, we'll be reaching out to the troop leader listed as the primary card holder for the bank account. If it's determined that the troop cookie manager was responsible, we'll shift the debt from a troop debt to a family debt. Our service unit support team will evaluate the list, and it's possible that that volunteer may not be eligible to return in a leadership role. They will be notified by August 1st. Their Girl Scouts may not be eligible to participate in the cookie program traditionally, but they can continue in booth sales and direct ship sales. Troops that have cookie program balances cannot participate in council-sponsored travel or troop trips. Caregivers who owe money will be contacted by the product program team. If you have a caregiver who pays your troop after March 15th, please notify us with those details. That Girl Scout may also be restricted from participating in the cookie program other than booth and direct ship sales. And they will get recognitions that the troop hands out, but anything that's managed by the council, like Day at the K, Worlds of Fun, or Cookie Dough, for example, won't be distributed until the debt is paid. And we will not provide makeup tickets for events that are over by the time the debt is paid. So if Day at the K has passed and then the debt is paid, we're not buying Royals tickets for that girl. She will earn cookie dough. At the end of the program, if you have any girls who are not registered for Girl Scouts, we will be taking $25 for each girl unregistered from your troop profits. If you have any questions about banking or finance, please reach out to us at cookies@gsksmo.org.